Hello again, BOAA friends. I hope everyone's had a fabulous week. Everyone's well and staying safe. As always, we are going to need a few things for our Pilates class. Stretch strap, right? And water. I'm not very good at building the water breaks in, but you know that you go get the water whenever you need it, so keep it close by. All right, so go and grab your things, and I will see you back here in 2 minutes. All right, now that we have all our things, let's get going. Start your little sway. Start to let the tension come down out of your shoulders. Breathe. Keep your feet flat on the floor. Just moving side to side, transferring your weight from one foot to the other. This is our standard warm-up. Every single Pilates class and a few other classes that I do, this is our warm-up. Breathe, always breathing. Shifting your weight from one foot to the other. Open your toes. Your toes want to crunch up into little balls. Remind your toes to stay open and push down into the floor. Breathe. Start to connect your brain to your body. Let go of all of your other thoughts, what you did 10 minutes ago and what you're going to do after class. Let it all go. Really, really focus on what you're doing right now. If you feel pain, stop what you're doing. Breathe. Your intensity is always your own. I will give you different options, but your intensity is always your own. Bring it back to center. We're going to rock into the balls of the feet and then back into the heels. You don't have to lift your feet. You just want to transfer your weight from the backs of the feet to the fronts of the feet. Balance. Keep those toes open. That's it. A little bit of a bend in the knees. If you try to do this with straight legs, you're going to pitch forward and you're going to fall backwards. So use your knees. Use your knees for the balance. Breathe. Let those shoulders come away from your ears. Beautiful. And bring it back to center. We're going to work on some hips. So you're going to jut your hip out to the side, keeping the upper body upright. Top of your head always reaching toward the sky. Other side. You're going to feel a nice stretch in the outside of your hip, and you're going to feel your hip bones moving the way that they were meant to move. Don't push your hip out so hard that it hurts, but you want to feel a nice little stretch in the outside of the hip into the lower back. And you want to feel your hip bones moving. Really, really pay attention that you're not feeling pain. Pain is not a good thing, ever. Breathe. That's it. Start to let go of all of the other thoughts. Focus on what you're doing and how it feels. Keep those toes open and push down into your mat. Breathe. That's it. One more on each side. Last time. And bring it to center. We're going to open our feet a little bit wider. And we're going to start working through those shoulders, stretching and contracting through the chest and the upper back. So when we come forward, we're stretching out our upper back. We want to open our shoulder blades. And when we open, we want to stretch through our chest. And meanwhile, our lower body is going to continue on with a wide stance sway. Keep your toes facing forward. You don't want to hurt your ankles. So keep everything aligned. Proper posture and alignment goes a long way. All right, here we go. We're going to close it. And we're going to open it. Don't force it. Never ever force anything. Close it. And open it. And breathe. Open and close. Stretch the upper back. Stretch the chest. Upper back and chest. Breathe. That's it. Always breathing. You may find that you're able to reach backwards a little bit more each time. If you want to hunch forward and open, hunch and open. Again, you do what feels right for you. Breathe. Always keep your hands below your shoulders though. We don't want to pinch anything in the shoulders. Let's do an up and over. So we're going to open, and now we're going to go up and over. You don't have to straighten your arms. If this is your up and over, cool. If this is your up and over, cool. You do it your way. Don't let it hurt. Breathe. One more, and then we're going to alternate. One to the front, one up and over. Breathe. That's it. One more of each. And then we're just going to release everything, our feet included. Let your arms swing. Breathe. Breathe. All right, we're going to reset. Feet are a little bit wider. They're about shoulder width, a little bit wider than hip width. You're going to get your sway going again. You're going to come to T position. And we're going to reach across the body. Remember, if you have a lower back that is easily tweaked or has been injured, you want to keep everything facing your screen. Keep everything facing your screen and just reach across the body, working through the shoulder and continuing to warm the chest and the upper back. If your back is okay, you can add that little rotation. If it starts to hurt or twinge, you go back to facing your screen. If you start to get dizzy because you're following your hand, just keep looking at your screen. Breathe. I'm reaching further and further down my arm. I'm at my hand now. I'm going to do one more, and then I'm going to transition to the other side. Here comes my transition. Hold, hold, and then we start the reach on the other side. Remember, if your lower back is persnickety and doesn't like rotation, don't make it do it. You want to stay uninjured and you want to stay healthy. Stay facing your screen if your lower back does not allow that rotation. If it does, open and close with a little bit of rotation. Bend your knees. That's a lot of how you get that rotation, is through bending your knees. Watch what happens if I don't bend my knees. Right? I can't. So there's a lot of help through spinal rotation with the bending of the knees. Open and close. Breathe. We're almost there. Two more. Last one. And then we're going to release everything. I do feel warm in my shoulders. Have a little arm swing. Sometimes, depending on the tightness of the muscles around the shoulders and your shoulder mobility, if things start to cramp up before you're finished the exercise of warming up, just do this. You come out of the warm up and you just do this, right? Release the tension before it builds up so tight that you end up with muscle cramps and muscle spasms. Really important to pay attention to how everything is feeling every single minute. All right. We're going to work a little bit of balance before we take it down to the mat. So pick a foot, left or right, it doesn't matter. Instinctually, usually start with your strong side when it comes to balance. You start with whatever foot forward you need to, okay? So remember, one foot comes forward, the other one comes behind. And I'm gonna turn sideways in a second, but I wanna show you something first. If you wanna challenge your balance, you make your base of support narrow. If your balance is not quite there and you feel too shaky here, widen your base of support so you have more support. It looks like this from the side. One foot here. No, there's not a big space between my front foot and my back foot. This would be too hard on the joints, and too hard on the balance. So you want to make sure that you've got a manageable amount of space between your front foot and your back foot. I'm going to test this right here. That feels good. Notice how my knees are bent and I'm hinging up onto the balls of my feet. I'm not shooting for my toes. Spread your toes open. Where your foot naturally hinges. Balls of the feet, no higher than that. Then I come down without doing this. This is what the body wants to do. It wants to rock back onto those heels. We don't want it to do that. We just want to come up onto the balls of the feet and straight back down. I didn't lean forward, didn't lean back. Top of the head, always reaching toward the sky. I'm going to turn back to face you. And I'm going to recheck my balance to make sure that I have enough support with my feet being close together, but I also want to challenge myself a little bit, okay? So if I'm here, it's not enough challenge for me. If I'm here, a little bit too much in this moment. So I'm just going to widen it a little bit. I'm going to test. I feel good right here. So again, Pilates is about the core, right? Your core is from here to here, all the way around, right? Your arms and your legs pull their strength from the core. So right now, I want you to pull your belly button in toward your spine. Watch what happens when I do that. My posture, I'm like, yay! You're nice and upright. So chest proud, belly button in tight. We're gonna add a little bit of upper body to begin with, and then we're gonna go all out. You do what you want with your upper body. If it gets too shaky, take it down a little bit. If it's not enough challenge, then go for it. Here we go. Up and back down. Don't rock back. Up and down. If you want to start with no arms, that's cool too. And down. I'm going to start increasing my range of motion through my arms. I'm going to reach up. Be careful that your body doesn't rock backwards right here as you reach back. You don't want to rock forward as you reach forward. Brain work as well as body work. And down. All the way up if you choose. Pay attention to how things are feeling. If things are cramping up, come out of it and start shaking it out. I'm going to do 2 more, and the last one I'm going to hold it for a 5 count at the top. Here's our second last one. Here comes our last one. Hold it with me if you choose. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bring everything down gently. Don't crash down to your mat and shake it out. Grab a sip of water. While you shake out, that's a perfect opportunity to grab a sip or 2 of water. All right, let's do the other side. Always take your time setting yourself up. One side's not going to be the same as the other, so you need to test it out. This side is my shaky side. All right, I feel okay here. Engage the core, belly button to spine, and your arms and your legs get a heck of a lot stronger as soon as you do that. Here we go, shoulders down, little reach, and back down. Keep a little bit of a bend in both knees. I'll over-exaggerate to show you the importance of a little bit of a bend in the knees. I have straight legs right now. okay? When I bend my knees a little bit, watch what I can do. I can drive my balance through my knees and I don't roll my ankles. Reach and back down. You reach as much or as little as you choose. Beautiful. Keep those toes spread open. Don't let them crunch up. Breathe. Breathe. Beautiful. Up we go. And down. We're going to do 3 more. There's 3. 2. Last one, hold for 5 if you choose, or come down gently. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bring it all down nice and gently. And shake that out. All right, we're going to increase heart rate with this next one. I usually do this one before I do the balance, but today I decided to switch it up a little bit. All right, so feet are hip width apart. Why do we have feet hip width apart? Stability. Hips, knees, feet. Nice straight straight line and nice and strong, okay? Toes facing forward because we want to keep our hips aligned properly. Our knees facing forward, toes facing forward. So we're going to sit down into our little chair. Remember, you keep your chest up and lifted. Your bum goes behind you. Your knees do not shoot forward. I'm going to start very small and I'm going to reach. I'm going to sit down and then I'm going to reach. Long spine. Visualize your vertebrae opening, making your spine long. Try not to do this and lean back when you reach for the sky. Long spine. Breathe in, breathe out. Breathe in, long spine, elongate that spine. That's it. Long spine and down. Do your unicorn horn if you find that reaching above the head makes you want to rock backwards or compress the lower spine. Again, you do it your way, modify. That's it. I'm going to do this one and then I'm going to bring it down. I'm going to add on to this today. Choose to go there if you want to. If you don't want to, go back to what we just did. So I'm going to set myself up. I'm going to go up onto the balls of my feet. Actually, I'm going to do this sideways. So this is another bit of a balance challenge for you. If it's too much, if you find that you always want to feel safe, right? If you find that you don't feel safe, keep your feet firmly on the ground. So we're going to sit down. And as I come up, look what I'm going to do. A little bit up onto the balls of the feet, okay? So go there if you feel safe enough to do that. If not, you stick with the original. Keep your heels on the ground. All right? Or up you go. And back down. You choose. I'll do both. One time I'll stay with my feet flat. The next time I will go up onto the balls of my feet. So here we go. Sit down, get your bum behind you. I'm going to keep my feet flat, long spine. Take it down, pull that core in. I'm going to do a little up and bring it down. I'm going to keep my feet flat this time. And you can alternate as well. Looking good, everybody. Remember, you do it your way. I'm going to go up. One more of each. I'm going to say flat feet. This is my last one. And I'm going to hold. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bring it down, but we're going to climb. Climb through the outsides of your core. Open your ribs. These are your obliques. These are the muscles that allow for rotational movement of the human body. Reach, reach. So you stretch, contract, stretch, contract. Without my arms, I squeeze here as I open this, and then I squeeze this side as I open this side. It's just easier to do when you add that reach. That's it. And we're gonna bring it down. All right, we're gonna take it down to the mat, but I want you to go to your water and make sure that your stretch strap is close by, and I'll see you here in 30 seconds. All right, now that you have your stretch strap and you're down on your mat, we're gonna continue on with a little bit harder work. We always progress from easier to hardest. So I want you to take your stretch strap and make it so you're hanging onto it shoulder width apart. You don't want to be hanging on way out here, and you don't want to be hanging on with your hands close together. You want to get that stretch strap so your hands are about shoulder width apart. Again, stability through the human body, right? I want you to bend your knees a little bit. I want you to dig your heels into the floor. We're going to push forward and we're going to row back. As we progress, we're going to make the movement bigger and bigger and bigger, only if you want to and if you don't feel pain. So we're going to mimic rowing a boat, okay? So you've got your stretch strap and we're going to roll forward. Come forward as much as you can so you can't come forward anymore. And then you're going to pull back a little bit, lean back a little bit, but before you do that, contract your tummy muscles. Pull your tummy into your spine. And then you're just going to push forward and pull back. Push forward and pull back. I'm going to start increasing my range of motion. Push forward and pull back. I'm going to push forward and pull back. Up and forward and pull it straight back into the chest. Up and forward and pull it back. You lean back as much or as little as you want, or as you're able. Big or small, this is small. Keep that tummy contracted. You're gonna feel your lower back helping move your body. Using my strap here. Or pull it back, up, and pull it back. You do it your way. Breathe out, breathe in, breathe out. Breathe in and breathe out. We're going to do one more. Come back up to tall and just release your legs. This is a good little recovery right here. You can let your core release. You can shake out your legs. Sometimes the legs want to help your tummy muscles. It's the next biggest group, right? This is all attached. So sometimes you get your quads tighten up and they start to cramp up. This is a nice way to just let it go. Always, always recovery. All right, we're gonna reverse row. So I want you to take your strap, reset, okay? Everything's hip width apart. Your arms are shoulder width apart. This time we're gonna push forward and we're gonna come up and back. This is harder because you've got a lot of body weight right here. Instead of your arms being here, they're here, and it pushes you backwards more. So feel it out as we go along. Again, we're gonna start really small right here. Push forward, bring it into your chest. I'm going to start increasing my range of motion now. Little bit by little bit. Breathe in, breathe out. until I'm at full range of motion. You do it your way. That's it. Couple more. One more. Come back to start and then go into that recovery. Shake it out. Shake it out. All right. I'm going to take it all the way down to the mat now. Keep your stretch strap close. Keep mine right there. Oh, on the other side. There we go. Okay, we're going to start with that easy shoulder lift. What muscles do we use to lift our shoulders? Our neck and our shoulder muscles? Absolutely not. Absolutely not. We use our abs, right? So if you want to, you can put your fingertips, trust me, you have abdominal muscles. I have a lot of fluff on top of my abdominals, but I know that my abs are in there and I know my abs are strong. No matter how much padding you have, you still have abdominal muscles under there, okay? And you're gonna feel them if you put your fingertips there. What you wanna feel is them contract. You wanna feel them squeeze as you start to lift your shoulders off of that mat. Here I go, so I'm gonna lift, I'm gonna contract, so I squeeze, and I lift. And I come back down. I squashed my orange. I need to keep this space open. And down. Squeeze those abs. And bring it down. What happens if I start to squash my orange? My neck starts to hurt because I start using my neck muscles to help lift those shoulders. We don't want to do that. All right? Take your fingers off of your abdominals. You felt them squeeze. You know they're working. I'm going to pick my hands up off the floor. I'm going to reach for my heels. I'm not going to touch them, but I'm going to reach for them. And I'm going to bring it back down. Don't squash your orange. And down. Do this as slowly as you can. Come up, hold, hold for as long as you want. And then bring it down nice and slow. And bring it down. Breathe out. And breathe in as you come back down. Breathe out. And breathe in. We're going to do 2 more. One more. I'm going to hold this one. I'm going to hold it for 10. 10, 9, 8. You do what you can. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. I bring my shoulders back down and I come into recovery. Breathe. Breathe. Recover. Recover. We're going to have to edit this part. What's our time? I forgot to check.
Literally 3 minutes right now.
Okay. Because there's no clock anywhere in here.
Yeah, sorry about that.
It's okay. Can you do me a favor and give me in 10 minutes or 15 minutes, let me know.
Yeah.
Just
It's 2:50 right now.
okay.
Because of time wise, but I'll put a 10-minute shot right now.
Okay.
Yeah.
Perfect.
I'll do it with you guys.
Okay. Awesome. 2, Yeah, because I want to get at least about a 15-minute stretch in here.
Okay.
Okay?
Yeah, got it.
So just give me a wrap it up when I've got about 5 minutes to my 15 minutes.
Okay.
Okay? Okay. Good edit point. Alright, here we go. Okay. So we're gonna go to our lower back press. Easiest way to work the lower back, but we will do another one. We're gonna do a frogger today. So let's just warm the lower back up first. We don't wanna upset it by going right into the frogger. So here we go. Hands down beside your hips. And you're gonna start to contract the lower back and the glutes if you choose to push your hips toward that ceiling. All right, so I'm contracting my lower back muscles. As I push my hips up, I'm just going to adjust my heels. You want to push your weight into your heels, not the fronts of your feet. And up we go. My lower back is tight today, so I'm not going to push it. I'm going to wait until it allows me to go up further. I'm going to bring it back down. All the way down if you choose, or as your hips touch the mat, you can start your next press up. You do it your way. I'm going to come all the way back down, and I'm going to start my next press. The next time, I'm not going to come all the way back down. I'm going to start my next press just as my hips touch the mat. My hips are touching my mat, and I'm going to start my next press. Breathe out, and breathe in as you come down. I'm going to move my hands so you can see my hips. Coming down. I'm not sinking all the way down into my mat. I'm starting my next press. Up we go. And down. We're going to do 2 more, and I'm going to hold the last one for a 10 count. You hold it with me if you choose. You don't have to. Here comes the last one. I'm going to hold it. Press up. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Come down nice and easy. Don't crash down to your mat. And go into your recovery. Beautiful. All right, this is where we're going to use our stretch strap, but not to stretch. We're going to fold it up, much like we did when we were rowing our boat. All right, this is just a prop. We're going to touch our shin with our stretch strap. So you're going to use your right leg, you're going to extend your right leg, but you're going to keep your left leg in neutral. That protects your lower back. You can start here, 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 whatever you like. The more you extend the arms above the head, the more body weight your abdominals have to pick up to get your strap to touch your shin. It looks like this. I'll do each modification. I'm going to start here, and I'm going to come back down. Next level is here. Don't squash your orange. And the next level is here. You choose what level you want to work at, okay? So I'll start small with the first level, and then I'm going to progress. So here we go. Abdominals. Lift, and start lifting that leg. Bring that strap to meet your shin. And down. Breathe out as you come up, and breathe in as you come down. I'm going to the next level here. Breathing out, in as I come down. I'm going to do one more here. And then I'm going to go all the way above my head. Full extension. You're going to find a big difference if you go here. There's more body weight in the upper body to lift with those abdominals. Beautiful. We're going to do two more. One more. Come back to start position first. Come to neutral. And then go into recovery. Breathe. Roll out that lower back. Take the tension out of the abdominals. All right. Grab that strap again. We're going to do the other side. Just going to make sure I'm on my mat far enough there. All right. I start in neutral. I extend. Remember, if you're prone to muscle cramps, don't point your toe really hard. Keep your ankle relaxed. You want your abdominals on this side of the body to lift the leg. You want to try not to use your leg muscles to lift your leg. You want the abdominals to do the work. Here we go. I'm going to start here and then progress. Let's lift it, touch it, and bring it down. Breathe out as you're coming up. Breathe in as you come back down. I'm going to start progressing my arms. Don't squash your orange. I'm going to go to my next progression. Breathe in as I come back down. Breathe out. Breathe in. That's it. We're going to do 3 more. Remember, the slower you go, the harder your muscles have to work. Last one coming up. All the way back to start position, and then we go into recovery, we go to neutral, and then we go to recovery. Breathe. All right. We're gonna go to our Frogger. So make sure that you have some padding under, if your ribs are huge like mine and stick out a lot. Make sure you've got enough padding under your tummy and whatnot. You don't want anything to hurt. Roll over onto our tummy. All right, so our Frogger kind of looks like a Superman, but not quite. It looks like this. So you're gonna extend your hands here and your legs are straight. Again, don't point your toes really hard if you get those muscle cramps. And you're going to put your forehead down on your mat. You're going to use this is for our lower back. So we want to use our lower back muscles to lift up our chest and move our legs. So it looks like this. Keep looking at your mat. As soon as you do that, you pinch everything in the back of your neck. So that's not a good thing to do. So let's do a couple. Squeeze those shoulder blades so you're squeezing your whole back. Come down. Breathe out. Breathe in. Breathe out. Breathe in. If you want to stop here and that's as far as your arms go, that's cool. As long as they come up off your mat each time.
I think it's scary.
We're gonna do one more. And release. Hands under your shoulders. And you're gonna stretch out that lower back. Release your wrists. And breathe. We are going to do a plank, okay? Several different ways to do a plank. Plank is important for core strength. It takes muscle strength through the core not to move. Holding static, not moving, takes muscle strength and muscle coordination. So that's what we want to develop through the core. So we're going to start with a very easy plank, okay? We're going to do it on our hands and not on our elbows. There's a little bit more forgiveness when you're on your hands than when you're on your elbows. So I want you to make sure you're on your mat. You're going to curl those toes under, okay? But what you're going to do is you're going to press up to here to begin with. I'm going to come a little bit more forward. So I'm going to curl my toes under. I'm going to put my hands under my shoulders. I'm going to start reaching back. I'm going to curl that toe under. So I'm on the ball of my foot. My feet are hip width apart. Pull your tummy into your spine. You don't want your bum to stick up, and you certainly don't want that to happen. Nice and strong. 3, 2, 1. Drop to your knees. Stretch it back. Back up we go. Curl the toes under. Press the plank. Not making you hold it for very long. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Drop the knees. Stretch it back. We're going to do it one more time. Here we go. Set up. Toes under. Press. Push your heels behind you. Make sure that your hands are below your shoulders. You don't want your hands to be in front of your shoulders. Look down at your mat. In 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Drop those knees and stretch it back. Oh my goodness. Nicely done. Practice a couple of planks. If you've got a couple of minutes that you have to kill with kettle boiling or whatever, do a plank or two. And again, you don't have to hold it for very long. 5 seconds, if that's all you've got, it's better than 0 seconds, right? Do what you can. And the next thing you know, you're going to be holding plank for longer and longer and longer. Okay, so I'm going to show you the next level of plank. If you can manage it, cool. If not, it's something to aspire to. I didn't start plank like this when I first started. I started just like I showed you. Next level of plank is elbows. I make sure that my elbows are directly below my shoulders and my elbows are shoulder width apart. That's part 1. Part 2 is stretching out nice and long and curling your toes under. Part 3 is picking yourself up off the floor. Just like that. Pull your tummy in tight, tight, tight. Knees down, down flat. Okay, so that's the next level of plank. So you do what you can when you can, right? And please be a little forgiving with yourself. Your body isn't the same every single day. Some days you feel like you could crush the world, right? Other days you're just not feeling it. So pay attention to that. That's your body way of saying, I need a little bit of TLC, extra TLC today. So really, really pay attention to that so you don't hurt yourself. Grab your stretch strap, grab a sip of water, and we're gonna go into our stretches. All right. Here we go. Remember not to go through the arch of your foot because there's not a lot of meat in the arch of the foot. All of the flesh is in the ball of the foot. So what do we do before we roll it back? This is an exercise all in itself. It's called a butt scoot. All right. Left leg in neutral, right foot's hooked up. Roll it back, pull your toes toward your nose. So you're dorsiflexing your foot. I feel a nice stretch in the back of my leg, but I don't feel much tension. So I'm gonna pull my leg up a little bit. Now I feel a good stretch. It doesn't hurt, but I feel tension in the back of my leg. That's far enough. Breathe. Make sure that you pulled your toes toward your nose. When the tension starts to let go in the back of my leg, then I can move it. So now I feel the stretch again. And remember, you can stop and start the video as much as you want. You can hold this stretch for 2 minutes, 3 minutes, until the tension in the back of your leg is completely gone away. That is a perfect stretch. Don't always have the time to do that in a fitness class, but you have the luxury of stopping and starting this tape. So there you go. All right, let's drop it out to the side. Make sure you've got your stretch strap. Keep your bum on your mat. Pull your tummy in as your leg drops. Pull the tummy in, pull it in, pull it in. You're gonna feel that stretch from your groin to the inside of that knee. Keep everything facing the ceiling. Keep your hips on your mat. Keep your shoulders on your mat. Counterbalance. Put your arm out to the side to help counterbalance your leg being out to the side. Let that stretch happen. You'll feel it when it starts to, there it goes, when it starts to let go. Breathe. Slowly bring it back up to the top. You're going to change hands. So I'm going to hang on with my left hand, and my leg is going to fall across the body. My right hip comes off of the mat, but I keep looking at the ceiling. I'm feeling a really good stretch on the outside of my hip into my lower back. And when I do this, it goes up through my ribs and the front of my shoulder and my bicep and the front of my arm. So you've got a good chain stretch happening here, muscles happening in chains. If you fail to stretch one of the muscles in a muscle chain, then it stays tight and it starts pulling on the ones below and above. So you want to make sure that you chain stretch. Breathe. And release it. Let's start all over on the other side. Stay away from the arch of the foot. Right leg in neutral, toes to nose. You're going to feel this stretch starting right in the back of your heel. Up through your calf, back of your knee, up through your hamstring, the back of your leg. As soon as you bend your knee, you break the stretch. So you want to keep your leg as straight as possible. And as you feel the tension release, you can bring the leg a little closer to the top of the body. You don't ever want to feel pain. I keep saying that, I sound like a broken record, but it's so, so important. You don't want to feel pain during the class or especially during the stretch. really important. You're getting oxygen in to help restore and heal your muscle tissue, and you're letting go of all the junk, lactic acid and other waste product that builds up in the muscle tissue as it contracts all day long. So good stuff in, bad stuff out. Let's let that leg fall open to the side. Keeping your hips and your shoulders, again, counterbalance by reaching out with that right arm. Breathe. Keep your hips on your mat as much as you can. Pull your tummy in tight. Stretching through the groin and through the inside of that left knee. And there it goes. It's starting to drop. Bring it back up to the top, change hands, let everything fall across the body. But keep looking up at the ceiling if you can. Turn the palm to the ceiling if you can. If not, palm down, down beside your hip. Breathe. And bend your knee and back. Just start position. Put your stretch strap to the side. We're finished with it. You're gonna cross that right ankle over that left knee. Make sure that you're in that notch above your ankle bone. And focus on letting that right leg relax through the ankle, the knee, and the hip. This is part one of a sciatic stretch. Breathe. If this is enough, then that's enough. You never have to go to part two if it causes pain, right? You don't want it to cause pain. I'm gonna get ready to go to part two. I've got my left hand ready to latch on to my right ankle, using my left knee to push that everything toward the top of my body. My right leg is still very relaxed. Although it's fighting with me, it wants to contract because then the tension goes away and it doesn't end up stretching. Breathe. You're feeling this deep in the glute, outside of the hip, inside of your leg. And release. Take a breath. And let's do the other side. This is my looser side. My right is my tight, left is looser. It's not the case for everybody. Getting ready to pick it up. Breathe. Let that left leg continue to relax through the ankle, the knee, the hip. Using that right knee to help push. And bring it down. And release. Keep the lower body in neutral, and we're going to open through the chest by letting our elbows fall open to the sides of the body. If your elbows are here, that's okay. Sometimes it takes time for them to come down. Just hold the stretch, let everything relax, focus on breathing and letting your chest open. We're going to start extending through that right stretch. This is usually where a water bottle or two will fall over in class, but that's okay. Reach through your fingers and then extend through that right leg, pushing through the heel, letting your leg rest on the floor, but you're pushing through your heel. Open your ribs through the right side of the body. This is another chain stretch. We're stretching from our fingers all the way through the right side of our body into that heel. And bring it back. Let's do the other side. We'll start with the arm. Extend. And then extend. Let the stretch start in your ribs and travel up through your fingers and push through your heel. And bring everything back to neutral. You're going to roll over onto your side and roll up onto your hips. So you're facing your screen. Your knee comes to the front. This knee touches the bottom of that foot. Now we can open through this hip. Keep the knee bent and open from here to here and then extend down into that quad. Breathe. The more you bend that knee, the better quad stretch you get. I can feel it a little bit there, but as soon as I bend that knee a lot and bring my heel toward my butt, that's when I really feel that quad stretch. And release it. Bring your feet toward your screen. Roll over onto the other hip. Get that knee to the front. Sit up nice and tall and start taking that knee back. There, I'm opening my hip. Watch when I bend my knee. That's when I feel my quad stretch. So you want to open from the hip bone to the top of the leg and continue on down through the quad. Breathe. And slowly bring it back. Bring your feet to the front of your body. One more time. Bottoms of the feet come together. Hang on to your ankles. And you're going to push your spine behind you as you squash your orange. So squash your orange, tuck your chin to your chest, and open your shoulder blades. Let your shoulders roll forward and open your shoulder blades. Big, huge stretch in the upper back. Back of the shoulders, back of the neck. And release everything. And we are done for another week, everybody. Thank you so much for working so hard. Play this as many times as you want. If you only play part of it, make sure it's a stretch. Stretching is really important for range of motion, ease of movement, in lessening pain in the body. Stretching can take away a lot of pain. So practice your stretching every single day. If that's the only part of the class that you do every single day, do the stretching part. I will see you again soon. Stay well and be safe.